Welcome, 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 language learners and English enthusiasts. You've tuned into English Excellence Unlocked right here on the Academy of English Excellence channel. And I am your co-host, Anna, bursting with linguistic energy.
And I'm Tom, equally thrilled to be here, ready to dive deep into the fascinating world of English with all of you. Whether you're just starting your journey or looking to polish your already brilliant skills, you are absolutely in the right place.
That's right, Tom. Today, we're kicking off an exciting 3-part series designed to supercharge your English learning journey. We're talking strategies, mindsets, and practical tips that you can implement today to see real progress. And in this first part, we're going to lay the groundwork, the very foundation of what it means to truly build your English learning superstructure.
Superstructure, I like that. It's all about creating a robust, resilient system for learning, isn't it? Not just memorizing a few words, but building something that stands the test of time.
Exactly. And the first cornerstone of this superstructure, the absolute non-negotiable, is defining your why. Why are you learning English? Is it for travel, career advancement, connecting with family, watching your favorite movies without subtitles?
That why is so critical, Anna. It's your motivation, your fuel. I've seen so many learners fizzle out because they haven't truly connected with their deeper purpose. When the going gets tough, and it will, that why is what pulls you through. If you're learning English just because everyone else is, it's probably not strong enough.
Absolutely. Take a moment right now, listeners. Pause if you need to. What is your why? Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it every day. Make it specific and personal. For example, instead of, I want a better job, try, I want to be able to confidently negotiate with international clients in English to secure a promotion by next year. That's powerful.
Much more powerful. Once you have your why, the next crucial element in our foundation is setting realistic, actionable goals. Anna, you always emphasize the SMART goal framework, don't you?
Oh, absolutely, Tom. SMART goals are your best friend. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So many learners set vague goals like, I want to be fluent. But what does fluent even mean?
Exactly. For one person, it might mean holding a basic conversation. For another, it's debating complex topics. It's too broad.
Right. Instead, a SMART goal might be, by the end of 3 months, I will be able to introduce myself, describe my job, and talk about my hobbies for 5 minutes without significant hesitation. That's specific. You can measure it, it's achievable if you put in the work, it's relevant to many people's needs, and it has a clear deadline.
And the beauty of SMART goals is that they build confidence. As you hit those smaller targets, you feel that surge of accomplishment, which motivates you to tackle the next one. It prevents that feeling of being overwhelmed by the sheer scale of learning a whole language.
Precisely. It's like climbing a mountain. You don't just look at the summit and despair. You focus on the next ridge, the next marker. And speaking of breaking things down, the third foundational element is understanding your learning style and resources. We all learn differently, Tom.
This is so true. Some people are visual learners. They thrive with flashcards, diagrams, and watching videos. Others are auditory. They learn best by listening to podcasts, music, or repeating phrases aloud. And then you have kinesthetic learners who need to do things, role-playing, writing, using physical gestures.
It's vital to figure out where you fall. If you're a visual learner, forcing yourself to just listen to audiobooks might be frustrating. Embrace what works for you. If you're kinesthetic, get out there and speak, write, interact. Don't just passively consume.
And related to that is choosing the right resources. The internet is a goldmine for English learners, but it can also be overwhelming. You don't need every app, every textbook, every website. Find a few high-quality resources that align with your learning style and stick with them.
My personal recommendation for everyone, regardless of learning style, is to build a core vocabulary and grammar foundation. You need the building blocks before you can construct sentences. Apps like Anki or Memrise for vocabulary, combined with a good grammar reference book or an online course that systematically explains grammar rules, are invaluable here.
Absolutely. And don't forget the power of immersion. Even if you're not living in an English-speaking country, change your phone language, watch movies with English subtitles, listen to English music, and try to think in English. Every little bit adds up to a rich linguistic environment.
Exactly. And one final crucial piece of this foundation for part one, embrace mistakes. Tom, how many times have we seen learners paralyzed by the fear of making errors?
Oh, countless times, Anna. It's the biggest barrier to progress. I tell my students, a mistake is not a failure. It's a feedback. It tells you where you need to focus. Native speakers make mistakes all the time. The goal isn't perfection, it's communication.
That's such an important point. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall down hundreds of times before they master it. Do they give up? No, they try again. Language learning is exactly the same. So challenge yourselves this week, listeners. Speak up, write that email, ask that question. Even if you're not 100% sure, the act of trying is where the real learning happens.
Fantastic advice, Anna. So, to recap part one of our English Excellence Unlocked series. Define your why, your ultimate motivation. Set SMART goals. Make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
And don't forget to embrace mistakes as learning opportunities.
Brilliant summary, Anna. That's a powerful foundation to build upon. Next time, in part two, we're going to talk about active learning techniques and how to supercharge your practice for maximum retention and fluency. You won't want to miss it. Welcome back, English enthusiasts, to English Excellence Unlocked and the Academy of English Excellence channel. I'm Tom, and with me, as always, is the fantastic Anna.
Hey everyone! Last time we laid down the foundational stones of your English learning journey, your why, SMART goals, understanding your learning style, and embracing mistakes. Today, in part two, we're moving from passive consumption to active learning. This is where the magic truly happens, where you transform information into usable knowledge.
That's right, Anna. Passive learning, like just listening to a podcast or reading a book without engaging, has its place, but it's not where real mastery is forged. Active learning is about doing, about interacting with the language. And our first active strategy is shadowing and mimicry.
Oh, shadowing is one of my absolute favorites, especially for improving pronunciation and rhythm. For those unfamiliar, shadowing means listening to a native speaker and speaking along at the same time or just a split second behind them. You're trying to match their intonation, their pace, their stress, and even their accent.
It's incredibly effective because it trains your mouth muscles and your auditory processing simultaneously. You're not just hearing, you're producing. You can do this with short audio clips, YouTube videos, or even movie scenes. Start with a sentence or two, then gradually build up. The key is to try and sound exactly like the speaker.
Exactly. And don't just pick any speaker. Choose someone whose accent you admire or whose speaking style you want to emulate. Consistency is key here. Even 10-15 minutes a day can make a massive difference in your naturalness and confidence.
Next up in active learning is the power of output, speaking and writing regularly. We touched on this with embracing mistakes, but it deserves its own dedicated focus. You can't get better at speaking without speaking, and you can't get better at writing without writing.
It sounds obvious, but so many learners shy away from it. For speaking, find a language exchange partner. Apps like HelloTalk or Tandem are fantastic for this. Don't be afraid of online conversation groups or even local meetups if they exist in your area. Even just talking to yourself, narrating your day in English, is a form of active speaking practice.
And for writing, it doesn't have to be a formal essay. Start with journaling in English. Write about your day, your thoughts, your plans. Comment on YouTube videos or social media posts. Participate in online forums. The point is to actively construct sentences and express your thoughts in written English.
And when you get feedback on your writing or speaking, use it actively. Don't just nod and move on. Rewrite the sentence. Re-practice the pronunciation. That's how you turn feedback into improvement.
Our third active learning technique is transforming passive input into active output through summarizing and rephrasing. This is huge for comprehension and vocabulary retention.
This is a game changer. Instead of just reading an article or watching a video, challenge yourself to summarize it aloud or in writing. What were the main points? What was the author's argument? Try to rephrase complex ideas in your own simpler English. This forces you to process the information deeply and manipulate the language.
It's a fantastic way to check your understanding. If you can't summarize it, you probably didn't fully grasp it. And it helps you internalize new vocabulary and grammar structures because you're actively using them to explain something. For example, if you read a news article about climate change, try to explain it to an imaginary friend in your own words, using some of the new vocabulary you encountered.
Yes, and another powerful active strategy is creating personalized examples for new vocabulary and grammar points. Don't just memorize definitions. When you learn a new word like ubiquitous, don't just write present everywhere. Write a sentence that's personal and memorable to you. Coffee shops are ubiquitous in my city.
This makes the vocabulary stick so much better because it's connected to your own experience. The same goes for grammar. Instead of just memorizing the rule for the past perfect, construct a few sentences about your own life using it. Before I started learning English, I had never truly appreciated global cultures.
Exactly. Make it relevant. Make it personal. This helps you build a mental library of sentence structures and word usages that are genuinely useful to you.
Our fifth active technique, and one that often gets overlooked, is active listening with a purpose. It's more than just having English audio playing in the background.
Absolutely. When you're listening, have a goal. Are you trying to identify the main idea? Are you listening for specific vocabulary words? Are you trying to catch a particular grammatical structure? For example, if you're focusing on reported speech, listen to a news report and try to identify every instance of someone reporting what someone else said.
This focused approach turns passive listening into a powerful analytical exercise. You're not just hearing, you're actively searching and identifying. It sharpens your ear and helps you understand how grammar is used in natural, spoken English.
You can also use podcasts or interviews for active listening. After listening, try to recall specific details, names, or arguments made by the speakers, or even transcribe short sections. Transcription is incredibly challenging, but forces you to hear every single sound.
That's a super advanced active listening technique. Finally, for part 2, let's talk about teaching or explaining what you've learned. This is probably one of the most effective active learning strategies there is.
Teach to learn. If you can explain a grammar rule or a new concept to someone else, even to an imaginary friend or a rubber duck, it means you've truly understood it. It forces you to organize your thoughts, articulate them clearly, and identify any gaps in your own understanding.
You can do this by recording yourself explaining a topic, writing a blog post about it, or even just mentally rehearsing how you'd teach it. It solidifies your knowledge like nothing else.
So, to recap our deep dive into active learning for part 2. Shadowing and mimicry. Practice pronunciation and rhythm by speaking along with native speakers. Consistent output. Speak and write regularly using apps, partners, or even just yourself. Summarize and rephrase. Actively process input by explaining it in your own words. Personalized examples. Create memorable sentences for new vocabulary and grammar points. Active listening with a purpose. Listen with a specific goal in mind. Teach to learn. Explain what you've learned to solidify your understanding.
Fantastic, Tom. And for our final part, part 3, we're going to talk about building consistency, overcoming plateaus, and maintaining motivation for the long haul. Because language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, future English masters, to the grand finale of our 3-part series, English Excellence Unlocked, on the Academy of English Excellence channel. I'm Anna, your guide through this linguistic adventure.
And I'm Tom, ready to help you cross that finish line with the right mindset and strategies. In part 1, we built our foundation. In part 2, we supercharged our active learning. Now, in part 3, we're tackling the long game: consistency, motivation, and how to conquer those inevitable plateaus.
This is where many learners falter, Tom. They start strong, but then life gets in the way or they hit a wall. So our first strategy for the marathon mindset is building unbreakable habits.
Habit formation is crucial. Learning English needs to become as routine as brushing your teeth. It's not about willpower, it's about systems. Start small. Can you commit to 15 minutes of English every single day? Maybe it's listening to a podcast during your commute or doing 10 flashcards before bed.
Yes, and link it to an existing habit. If you always have coffee in the morning, make it a rule to review vocabulary while you sip your coffee. If you always scroll social media before bed, make one of those scrolls an English learning app. The easier you make it, the more likely you are to stick with it.
And track your progress. Use a habit tracker app or just a simple calendar. Ticking off those days creates a visual chain of success that's incredibly motivating. Don't break the chain.
Our second strategy for the long haul is finding your motivation boosters. We talked about your why in part 1, but motivation ebbs and flows. What reignites your spark when it dims?
For some, it's revisiting their original why. For others, it's connecting with other learners, seeing their progress. Maybe it's booking a trip to an English-speaking country or signing up for a specialized course that genuinely excites them.
It can even be something as simple as rewarding yourself for hitting smaller milestones. Finished a whole book in English? Treat yourself to something you enjoy. The brain loves rewards. And don't underestimate the power of celebrating small victories. Every new word, every successfully constructed sentence, every conversation you hold, acknowledge it.
That's so important, Anna. It keeps the positivity flowing. And related to that is our third point, embracing the plateau and knowing how to push through it. Everyone, and I mean everyone, experiences plateaus in language learning.
It's that frustrating feeling where you feel that you're not making progress, even though you're putting in the work. You feel stuck. It's perfectly normal. The trick is not to let it defeat you.
Often, a plateau means you're consolidating existing knowledge. Your brain is working behind the scenes. But it also might mean you need to shake things up. If you've been doing the same activities for months, your brain gets used to it.
Exactly. Try a new type of resource. If you've only been reading, try watching more videos or engaging in more conversations. If you've focused on grammar, shift to more creative writing or storytelling. Change your routine, change your focus. Maybe you need to identify a new specific weakness and dedicate a week or 2 to crushing it.
Sometimes, a break can even be beneficial. A short pause, a mental reset, can help you come back with renewed energy and perspective. Just make sure it's a short break, not giving up entirely.
Our fourth strategy is cultivating a growth mindset. This is about believing that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, rather than being fixed.
A fixed mindset says, I'm just not good at languages. A growth mindset says, I haven't mastered this yet, but I can and will improve with effort. This shift in perspectives is incredibly empowering and resilience building.
It means viewing challenges as opportunities to learn, rather than obstacles. It means celebrating the effort, not just the outcome. Every mistake is a chance to grow. Every difficult conversation is a chance to get better.
And finally, and this brings us full circle to the Academy of English Excellence, is leveraging community and mentorship. You don't have to do this alone.
The Academy of English Excellence is all about building a supportive community. Connect with other learners, share your struggles, share your wins. You'll find incredible encouragement and realize you're not the only one facing certain challenges.
Find mentors, whether it's an online teacher, a tutor, or even just a more advanced learner who can offer advice and feedback. Having someone guide you and hold you accountable can be incredibly powerful for motivation and accelerating progress.
And that's exactly what we aim to do here at the Academy of English Excellence. We want to be part of your journey, providing you with the tools, the strategies, and the encouragement you need to unlock your full English potential.
Absolutely. So, to wrap up Part 3 and our entire English Excellence Unlocked series, build unbreakable habits. Make English learning a consistent daily routine. Find your motivation boosters, reignite your spark, and celebrate your wins. Embrace the plateau and shake things up. It's normal to feel stuck. Change your approach. Cultivate a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to improve with effort. And leverage community and mentorship. You are not alone on this journey.
What an incredible journey we've taken together, Tom. From finding your why to building habits that stick, we've covered the essentials for truly unlocking your English excellence.
It's been fantastic, Anna. We truly hope this series has inspired and equipped all of our listeners to take their English learning to the next level. Remember, every step counts.
That's right. And we'd love to hear from you. What are your biggest takeaways from this series? What strategies are you going to implement? Let us know in the comments below, right here at the Academy of English Excellence YouTube channel.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Academy of English Excellence, hit that like button, and share this episode with anyone who needs a boost in their English learning journey. Your support helps us create more valuable content for you.
From all of us at the Academy of English Excellence, thank you for tuning in. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep striving for excellence. This is Anna.
And Tom, signing off.